Are you trying to figure out how to buy some Bitcoin? Are you confused about all the exchanges out there and not quite sure which one to go with? Not quite sure how to set up a wallet and which one to pick? In this video we're going to go through the whole process step by step so you don't have to learn the hard way, so stay tuned. This video. On this channel I like to discuss cryptocurrency and I try to make it as easy to understand as possible. I also share my opinions on investing in cryptocurrency, so if you're interested in videos like these, please consider subscribing to my channel. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor and the opinions I share in this video are my personal opinion only. But let's get right into the video. If you're still not sure what Bitcoin actually is yet, click on this card for a video where I explain the basics of Bitcoin in simple terms. I want to start off by saying whatever your reasons are for wanting to invest into Bitcoin, you should never invest more money than you can afford to lose. The cryptocurrency market is a very volatile market, and as with any other investment that offers high returns, there is a definite risk involved. So my advice is if you'd like to try and get into this whole Bitcoin or cryptocurrency thing, you should take an offensively small amount of money and invest that and take it from there. The crypto market isn't going anywhere, it's here to stay, so don't get caught out by something called FOMO, or fear of missing out. People often invest a large amount of money into something that they haven't researched properly because they're scared of losing out on an opportunity. This is the easiest way of losing money. That would also be straight up gambling, so don't do that because we don't want to gamble, do we? If you'd like to know more about the basics around investing in Bitcoin and why you should or why you shouldn't, click on this card to watch my video I made about that. So since I live in South Africa, the exchange I'll be using for this demonstration or this video is Luno. If you don't live in South Africa, most of this video will still apply to you, but you might want to do some research to find out what's the best exchange to use in your country. An exchange is a service which facilitates the exchange between normal currency like rands or dollars into cryptocurrency, kind of like a bank. They also allow you to exchange between different cryptocurrencies. So for example, if you already own Bitcoin, you can use your Bitcoin to buy Ethereum, for example. The reason why I'm using Luno as an exchange is because it's very difficult to buy from an exchange which is based in a different country than what you live. With most of the other bigger exchanges, they don't accept an approved payment method via credit card that is not based in the US. And those that do have very high fees to do this. With Luno, if you're based in South Africa, it's very easy to purchase Bitcoin or Ethereum actually via electronic funds transfer from your bank account, and their fees are very low. Another thing I want to just briefly talk about is a lot of people think that you need to buy one whole Bitcoin, so they look at the Bitcoin price and they see it's, $10,000 or $20,000, and people think that, Bitcoin isn't for them, they'll never be able to afford a Bitcoin, even one Bitcoin. But that's not true. Bitcoin is, you can buy a small fraction of Bitcoin, so if you can buy as little as 10 rands worth of Bitcoin, that's like 10 US cents, from there to any amount, so you really can invest in Bitcoin using a very low amount of money if you want to. Okay, so let's dive right into the process. The first thing to do is to set up a Luno account. I've added a link to Luno in the description. Note that this link is my referral link with my referral code. If you use this code to sign up and purchase 500 Rand or more worth of Bitcoin, you and I will receive 10 Rands worth of free Bitcoin, which is pretty cool. So if you click on that link, this is where you'll land. This is my promo code to get your free 10 Rands worth of Bitcoin. So next you need to click on sign up. Enter your email address. For the purposes of this video, I've created a new email account called thankfulallen.demo@gmail.com, and choose yourself a password. And just click on click on I'm not a robot. Sign up. So I think next you're going to need to confirm, and over here is the email from Luno. Click on confirm email address and you'll be redirected back to Luno. Okay, let's click continue. So the first thing you need to do on Luno before you can do anything else is confirm your identity. So on the home page you'll see over here they say let's confirm your info, so let's click on let's get started. And they just explain why they need to have your personal info, and they just explain that your information is safe and they're not going to share it with anyone. So I'm going to enter my mobile number and click next. And they're going to send that confirmation code to your mobile number. Just wait for that to come through. Just received my code on my phone like 5 seconds after I click continue. Enter that in here, click confirm, and that's it. So next they want you to enter some more information like your name, your surname and your ID number. So let's do that. Let's confirm that all your details are correct. So then basically next they'll let you know when they have an outcome for your pending verification. Okay guys, here I've received this email from Luno saying my account is ready. This process took about a day, so I've had to wait till the next day for this email to show up. So now we can continue with the process. Let's go in here. So you'll see since they verified my identity, my account has been upgraded to level 1. All this means is that if I scroll down here, you'll see they've set my limit to 15,000 Rand. I think that's a monthly limit. If you want to deposit or withdraw more than that per month, you will have to upgrade your account level to level 2 or level 3. And all you have to do for that is, I think for level 2 you just need to send a photograph of your ID book to them, and for level 3 you only need to send them a proof of address, and then you can, I think then your limit is unlimited, then you can trade any amount of Bitcoin per month that you'd like to. Okay, so let's go back to Luno. Let's close this window, let's hit refresh. Good to log back in. Confirm you're not a robot. Password. Okay, now to confirm my sign-in, it's sent a 4-digit code to my email address. Let's go back there. And you'll see what the code is. 1373. Next. And there we go. Okay, we now have a Luno account which is usable up to these limits, as we mentioned before: 15,000 Rand deposits, 15,000 Rand withdrawals. So just having a quick look around Luno. Up top here you'll always see this this ticker for the current price of Bitcoin in Rand. So at the moment it's 133,000 Rand more or less per Bitcoin. And over here on your home screen you're going to have these like widgets showing some news and whatnot, and here a little basic chart of the Bitcoin price. As you can see where it was when I made my last video, it's really come up quite nicely. If we go into wallets, you'll see you have a Bitcoin wallet and you have a South African Rand wallet, and you can easily add a new wallet. If you want to buy some Ethereum, or if you just want a separate Rand or Bitcoin wallet, you can add another wallet. But for now, these two wallets are going to do just fine if you want to buy Bitcoin. If you want to withdraw money out of the exchange into your bank account, you need to add yourself over here as a beneficiary. And over here you can set up a price alert, so that if you want to buy, for example, if you're waiting for the price to get down to about 100,000 for example, you can set up an alert and it'll let you know via email or SMS that the price is low. Or if you have Bitcoin and you'd like to sell at a certain price, you can also set up an alert for that. So if you add promotions, this is where you would enter the promo code, which I put in the description of the video, so that you can get your free Bitcoin, and then I can get my free Bitcoin. So let's enter in that code now. I copied it early on, so I'm just going to paste it in there and apply. So that's now been applied. So it says that if you've bought or sold for more than 500 Rand, you'll receive 10 Rand worth of Bitcoin. Last thing on the menu over here is the exchange, but we'll go into that a little bit later. So the first thing we're going to do now is deposit money into the Luno exchange. So if you click on deposit over here, it will explain the steps to you step by step, but it's a pretty simple, very easy process. So you're going to choose your bank and the amount you're going to deposit. So I'm going to deposit 550 Rand into the account, just in case, because I want to deposit more than 500 in case there's somewhere another fee or something, so that I can get my free 10 Rand. If it's just under 500, you won't get your free 10 Rand. So 550. So this is the banking details that you need to use to create a beneficiary on your internet banking profile. And the very important thing over here is this reference that you need to use. So if you don't use this reference, the deposit might never reflect on your Luno account. So it's quite simple, just click on this and it'll copy to your clipboard. Okay, I'm going to go to my internet banking profile now and make that payment. Okay, I've just made the deposit. I'm back at the Luno site now. Let's just click on I've made the deposit. And as you can see, it's already showing. That's basically instantaneous. I literally came straight from my internet banking site and came back to Luno and yeah, the deposit is already, so it's pretty much instant. So let's click on wallets and then you'll see the South African Rand wallet has a balance of 550 Rand. So the next thing I want to do is transfer the 550 Rand into Bitcoin so that we can have a balance in our Bitcoin wallet. So the easy way of doing that is to just simply click buy over here. Or if you're on your home page, there's this little buy button over here. If you do that, you can simply enter 550 Rand. But this is not the most efficient way of exchanging your Rand into Bitcoin. The reason for that is if you just click next over here and buy Bitcoin through this method, the price that you're going to pay for your Bitcoin, the exchange rate that you're going to pay, is basically market value. You're not going to be getting the best deal that you can get. And furthermore, you're going to get charged a fee. You guys can go and click on help and have a look at the pricing structure. The fees aren't very high, but if you use this method, you will be charged a fee. So this is now where the exchange comes in. Let's go and let me show you guys how to buy over the exchange. So you'll see it'll open up a new tab. Okay, so this might look a little bit daunting for the newcomer. But if you guys want to save as much money as possible and get the best rate you can get, this is definitely the way to do it. So let me try and break this down really simply. So in the main screen over here, you have the Bitcoin chart. Let me just close that. And you can change the chart from displaying 1 day, 3 days, a week, 2 weeks, up all the way up to 2 years. So this basically just changes the timeline of the chart. So the 2-year one will show you a much longer history, all the way from April 2016. If you want to look at a chart that shows more recent data, you can click on maybe a week, and this will show you what it's done over the last week. So this here on the right is not very important. It just shows all the recent trades, the price that someone bought. The green one is if a buy took place, and the red ones are if a sell took place. And this is the amount of Bitcoin that was traded. So this here on the left is the order book, and this is what we really need to try and understand for us to use this process. Basically how this works is the top side of the order book in the red are sell orders. Each one of these lines is someone who wants to sell this amount of Bitcoin at this price, or that amount of Bitcoin at that price. Each one of these is a sell order. So they're orders that haven't taken place yet. It's an order that you set up over here and you basically wait for the price to get to whatever value set, and then the sell will automatically take place. The same applies at the bottom here. The green ones are buy orders. So this guy would like to buy 0.012 Bitcoin at 128,602 Rand. So as soon as the price gets to this, that buy order will take place immediately, automatically. So how Luno works is they have the pricing structure of Luno. So how Luno's pricing structure works. So how Luno's pricing structure works is if you're a market maker, you don't get charged any fees, but if you're a market taker, you get charged a certain fee. Now the fee isn't very high, but still you get charged a certain amount. So obviously we want to do this as cheaply as possible. So if you use this method like we were looking at earlier, this instant buy option, you're going to be a market taker. So what's going to happen there is if I now click next and I buy 550 Rands Bitcoin, the rate I'm going to buy at is the next available rate for someone's sell order. So someone has a sell order open, and they're going to automatically slot me in right here at the highest price, the very next available sell order, and I'll be paying that price. So as you can see here, the price goes down. As if you look down the order book here, the price goes down. So if I manually create a buy order and I choose a lower price, like say this one over here, then I'll, instead of paying this rate instantly, I'll just have to wait a few moments for these orders to fill until it gets to this one over here, and then I'll be paying this price. So I'm going to be paying a lower rate for my Bitcoin. I'm going to be getting the Bitcoin for less money, and I also won't be charged a fee. This is why we have to try and use the exchange to buy and sell our Bitcoin, because it really saves a lot of money. To recap, the order book, the ones in the red are current open sell orders. This is the one closest to the middle over here is the lowest price, so that's the very next sell order that will execute. And the same for the bottom, these are all the buy orders, and this is the highest price closest to the middle here, and this is the very next one that will execute. And as the price fluctuates up and down, these will execute accordingly. So let's demonstrate by creating a buy order using this method. Okay, so let me demonstrate the process by buying 550 rands worth of Bitcoin using this process. So you want to first of all choose a price that you want to buy at. If you're buying and we want to buy, you want to choose a price that's not right at the top, because if you choose a price and you create a buy order, say the second line from the top or the top line, and it executes immediately, you will still be seen as a market taker. You want to create an order which sits on the order book for a few moments before it actually executes. So if the market's moving up and down quite heavily like it normally does, you want to choose maybe the third or fourth or fifth line, the price at that line, and create a buy order on that price. So let's calculate how much Bitcoin we want to buy based on the fact that we have 550 rand which we want to spend. So I'm going to choose this price over here, 127,700. So let's calculate how much Bitcoin that is. So you take the amount of rand that you have to spend and divide it by the price you want to buy at, 127,700, and that's the amount of Bitcoin we want to buy. So I'm going to copy that and paste that in there, and we're going to put in the price we want to spend, want to pay, 127,700. Okay, so you see there, if we buy that amount of Bitcoin at that price, it's going to cost us 549 rand and 88 cents. And it leaves us with 2 cents, so that's perfect. And as you can see here, it estimates your fees that you're going to pay, the exchange, and it's estimated to be zero, because if we buy at this price, we're not going to be seen as a market taker, we're going to be seen as a market maker. So as you can see now, while I was typing in this information, the price has changed, and now the price that I originally selected has already been executed, and the price is even lower now. So now we have to redo this. So the price that we want to use now is, let's say, 127,458. So let's update that and then calculate this again. 550 divided by 127,458. Copy that in there. Okay, and now before we execute, we just want to double check, make sure our order is not at the top, because if it is at the top, we're going to be a market taker, not a maker, and we're going to get charged a fee. 127,458 is still there, fourth from the middle, so let's place the order. He's just going to confirm. Now you'll see, here we have an open order. So on the order book, you'll see this little asterisk over there. That means you have an order in at that price. So now all we have to do is wait for the price to fluctuate enough for this price to get to the middle, and our order will automatically execute. And we will have successfully made a trade as a market maker and not a market taker. And we would have paid a really nice price for our Bitcoin, a really low price, and we would be charged no fees whatsoever. As you can see, the price has gone up again. Within a matter of about 5 minutes, it's gone up 1,000 rand per Bitcoin. So I've deleted my buy order again, and I've created a new one at a higher price, 128,300. As you can see, I'm again about 5th on the list, and hopefully the price will go down a little bit so my order can execute now. Okay, now my order finally executed. As you can see, there's no open orders, and if you look here at the completed orders, the last price I set, my whole order was filled, and it cost me just under 550 rand. Okay, so that's the best way to buy Bitcoin over the Luno exchange, and the same applies when you're selling. So if I now have 0.04286 Bitcoin, we'll see it in my wallet in a moment. But if I want to sell that again now, then I just reverse the process. So instead of using this buy place order panel, I'll click on sell, and I'll do exactly the same thing. So the same applies. So you'll choose a price that's a little bit above the highest price, and as the price goes up, your order will execute as your price gets to the bottom of here. Okay, going back to our Luno page, click on wallets. You'll see my South African Rand wallet is pretty much empty, and we have a positive balance in our Bitcoin wallet. I'm now the proud owner of 0.004286 Bitcoin. So if you're into trading Bitcoin when the price is selling it when the price is high and buying when the price is low, this is going to be the best way to do it on the Luno exchange. Repeating the process that we followed now over and over. But if you watched my previous videos, I would not recommend that. It's just my opinion. To me, day trading, you can make a lot of money from it, but you can also lose a lot of money, and the risk is pretty high. So I would recommend that that you hold on to a Bitcoin. Like I said, use dollar cost averaging. So take, like now for example, that 550 Rand and maybe do that once a month, over the next 3 months, so that the price you end up paying every time you buy 550 Rands worth of Bitcoin will average out over time. So you don't end up paying a really high price or a really low price if you buy a large amount at one time. And then once you have the amount of Bitcoin that you want to buy, I recommend holding on to it. So if you look at this chart that shows the last 12 months of the Bitcoin price, if you bought Bitcoin 12 months ago and you held on over this period, it would have gone up 737%. I mean, that's a massive increase. Even though there was a really high peak, even if you didn't sell there and you kept it through this dip, it would still be worth 700% more than it was when you bought it. So to me, this is the safest, most sure way to get returns on your Bitcoin investment. This Bitcoin wallet on your Luno account is reasonably handy. If you go into your wallet over here, you can send Bitcoin to people and you can also receive, but Luno actually charges a fee if you receive Bitcoin into your Bitcoin wallet. And the other thing is, Luno is very, very safe in terms of exchanges. Luno's never been hacked before, to my knowledge, but exchanges have been hacked in the past, and people have lost a lot of money that way. So the best thing to do is, if you're going to be hanging on to your Bitcoin for a while, is to transfer your Bitcoin balance from your Luno wallet to a separate wallet which is more secure. And the reason for that is your private keys to your wallet, which is kind of like the login details for your internet banking account, are kept by Luno. That's why your money is slightly vulnerable. It is possible that Luno can get hacked and your money can go missing. A safer way of storing your Bitcoin is if you use a separate wallet which you have the private keys to. It's basically the same as, only you knowing your login details for internet banking. So only you have access to your wallet. There's two wallets that I'm going to recommend, two wallets that I personally use. The first one is Exodus. This is a very cool wallet because it supports multiple cryptocurrencies. There's quite a long list of, if you just look at this picture, this isn't all of them, there's more than this, but there already it shows you quite a number of cryptocurrencies that you can store in this one wallet. Traditionally, a wallet, you either have a Bitcoin wallet or an Ethereum wallet, or a wallet that's specifically for one cryptocurrency. With this one, you can keep multiple cryptocurrencies in this one wallet, which is quite handy. The only drawback that this wallet has at the moment is the fact that it's only a desktop-based wallet, so you can't have it on your mobile phone. You can only have it on your computer, but it's just as secure as one that's on your mobile phone. So then the second wallet that I'd like to recommend, if you'd like to keep an eye on your Bitcoin on a daily basis while you're out and about, you can download a wallet to your phone. The one that I recommend and personally use is Bread Wallet. It's available on the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. This is a pretty nifty wallet. Also gives you the option when you're sending Bitcoin to someone else to either send it the economic, slower, cheaper option or the quicker, more expensive option in terms of the fees you're going to pay for the transaction. A lot of other wallets don't give you that option. And a very important thing that I just want to quickly go through, when you set up a wallet like Exodus or Bread Wallet, they're going to walk you through the process on the app, and in that process is where you write down your paper key. This is the private key that I was mentioning earlier. This is like the keys to your account. So basically you need to take a piece of paper and a pen, and they're going to give you I think 12 words that you need to write down in the order that they give them to you. Like, look at this example over here on the Bread website. There's a bunch of words in a certain order. You need to write those down physically on a piece of paper. Do not write them down anywhere on your computer or your emails or anything that anyone can access from the internet. That's the worst idea ever. It's like leaving your car keys lying outside. You need to protect this key with your life, because if you have a large amount of Bitcoin in your wallet, in case you lose your wallet, like if your phone gets stolen, or if you need to do a hard reset on your phone or whatever, you're going to need this paper key to get access to your wallet again. If you lose this key, you lose your wallet and you can never access it again. So this is very important. It's a very important step. What I do with my wallets is I write it down on a piece of paper similar to this. I actually have 2 hard copies. I write it down in duplicate, and one I put in my safe and the other one I put somewhere else, that in case the one goes missing for whatever reason, I still have another backup. In a later video I'll go into more detail about the different levels of security in terms of storing your Bitcoin. So having an app like the Bread wallet or a desktop wallet like Exodus, it's pretty safe. I would say it's medium level security. So in other words, it's you control your own private keys. It's very difficult for a hacker or someone to access this wallet, but it is still possible. So because your devices are connected to the internet, the possibility is still there that someone can access your wallet. So there's even safer ways of storing your Bitcoin, but like I say, we'll go into detail about that at a later stage. So the next thing I want to briefly look at is, as I mentioned earlier, Bread wallet allows you to choose what type of transaction fee to pay when you're sending money to someone. So I also included a link to this website that shows you the current transaction fees on the Bitcoin network. And if you look at this chart over here, this shows you the transaction fees over time. So over December, when the Bitcoin price was so high, the volume of Bitcoin being sent and received between wallets was high. So that basically made the transaction fees of Bitcoin really high. As you can see here, it was crazy. It was something like 300 Rand just to send Bitcoin to someone, just in fees alone. So luckily now the network has freed up quite a bit and the price is really low again. So if you look over here, some wallets give you 3 different options, but most only give you 2. So if you choose the very quickest transaction, which should clear in about 10 minutes, this is the price you'll pay, $3.32. And the second fastest one, like the middle one, would be the same price at the moment. And if you choose the economic option, which should clear within an hour, which is still pretty quick, it'll only cost 83 cents, which is awesome. It's basically nothing. It's 8 or 10 Rand. So the last thing I want to show you guys quickly is how to actually send some Bitcoin. So I'm quickly going to send this Bitcoin that we bought earlier to my Exodus wallet. So in my Bitcoin wallet here, I'm going to say send Bitcoin. So in the amount, I'm just going to click on my available balance, and that's automatically going to fill this out with the total amount of Bitcoin that I have currently. And over here, the Bitcoin address, I'm going to go to my Exodus wallet. I'm going to click on Bitcoin and click on receive, and then this is my Exodus wallet address. So I'm going to copy this address, I'm going to go back to Luno, and I'm going to paste the address in there. So you really want to make sure this is correct, because if you send this to the wrong address, that money is gone. It's impossible to know who the incorrect address belongs to, so you cannot get that money back. So even though I copied and pasted, I would like to always just go and check, just double check to make sure it's correct. So it starts with 1C and ends with R7, and go, yeah, 1C, R7, so that's correct. So now I can with confidence send this money and know that it's going to come to my own wallet. Next, I'm going to confirm to send this. Done. So you might have noticed from sending from Luno, I didn't have the option to choose what type of transaction to do. So in that case, it would have defaulted to the fastest option. So I'm going to pay the highest fee. So I'm probably going to pay around 40 Rand for that transaction, which is pretty high. So what you should do is, if you're doing dollar cost averaging, if you're buying small amounts of Bitcoin every day or every week or every month, rather let your Bitcoin build up a little bit first in your Luno wallet, and then and wait for the balance to grow a bit before you send it. Because if you send on a daily basis or a weekly basis, each time you send, you're gonna pay that fee. So to save on fees, rather send when the amount is grown a bit, and send it all as one amount. The fee isn't a percentage; it's a fixed amount. So if you look over here, the fee that you'll pay over here will be the same. If I send 50 Rand, the fee will be almost the whole amount, the same as equal to the amount that I'm sending. But if I send 2 million Rand, it's still only going to be this price. So that's why I say rather let your balance grow a bit before you send it over. Okay, so a couple minutes later, when I checked my Exodus wallet, I had received my Bitcoin. Okay, so that's all the basics. That's buying Bitcoin, where to keep it, and sending and receiving it. Let me know if you have something to add in the comments below, or if there's something you're unsure of, or something you'd like to add. So that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. And if you do, don't forget to click on the notification bell so that you get notified the next time I upload a video. Till next time. Say something interesting.
Something interesting.